Well, you were in Mortal Kombat Legacy,
Yeah.
which was, I guess, the prequel to the video game
Yes.
that everyone's familiar with. Yeah. You were supposed to be in the first one.
I was supposed to be in the first and second Mortal Kombat movies.
But I guess you were doing Spawn at the time, and
One, I did the Mike Tyson story that shot at the same time, so I ended up doing the Mike Tyson story. And then the second one, Spawn was shooting at the same time.
Okay, so you ended up doing Mortal Kombat Legacy in 2011, and you played Jack Spriggs.
Yeah.
So, kind of a superhero film in a way.
Yeah.
In a way.
You know, comic book kind of, I guess. Yeah, something like that.
Video game, comic book.
Yeah.
Very, very cool character.
Mm-hmm.
As someone who grew up with the video game,
right.
These are very important characters.
Yeah.
How many of these films did they make altogether? Was it just 3?
I think they made 2 Mortal Kombat films, and the third one is in the works, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you in the next one or no?
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Now, you were in Kill Bill 1 and 2, but you didn't actually make the final cut.
Yeah. I was supposed to be in a large segment of Kill Bill. It was a whole segment. You know how he'll start with, he'll name a segment. There was a segment called The House of Blue Leaves, and I was supposed to be a Hattori Hanzo sword-wielding guy who's running a casino. And it was so cool because he wears this white tux and he's got a sword. And it was going to be the entrance to Bill's character, is this whole story that happens at this casino that ends up in this big fight. Quentin, while in China putting the movie together, had the idea of scrapping that and doing the massacre at the church as Bill's entrance to the movie, which I didn't disagree with. I thought it was a great idea, but it meant that he was going to scrap the House of Blue Leaves stuff. Quentin at the time was, we were very friendly. I mean, I considered him a friend. Actually, back in the day, I was contemplating the whole Black Dynamite thing with him.
I can see that.
Yeah, and so...
right, because he did Jackie Brown.
Yeah, man.
Which is kind of along the same...
We're both nerds in that genre.
In fact, Pulp Fiction was really based on blaxploitation films. Mm-hmm. That's why the dialogue is a certain type of way.
Yeah, well, Quentin is like... There's a lot of his influences that I know because I was kind of a nerd with that kind of stuff too. But man, that dude, his musical knowledge is ridiculous. That supersedes everything else to me. He's got an encyclopedic musical. You can't stump him too much with music. All kinds of music. But anyway, well, we were friendly. I agreed with his decision, but he called and said, "Hey, I still want you to do the fight scene." I'm like, "How's that gonna work?" And so, he wanted to do this thing where I'm leading these Chinese guys, and I'm as a kind of nod to Damo. Damo was a man that looked like me, who came to China and brought Buddhism. He's the father of Buddhism. He brought Buddhism to China, and he brought martial arts, brought kung fu. And so Quentin thought that was interesting, to have this black man leading a team of kung fu guys. But he plays it as like a flashback. It ultimately didn't work in the movie. It was like, and also when we showed up to shoot the scene, he came up with handwritten dialogue on the back of it, because Quentin and I always joke around and we do those Chinese voices. Like I'm like, "Hey, I'll kill you. Who's your teacher?" We be doing that all the time.
Yeah.
And we do the, it's kung fu was no good. We're doing all that. And so he comes with his handwritten stuff. He says, "We're going to do that." I'm like, "Are you serious?" He said, I want you to do that voice, you know, you bastard. You know, doing that thing. I was like, how's that fit in this movie, right?
Like, this ain't gonna work.
Yeah, so I'm not surprised that was on the additional footage. But, you know, I came to China. We had fun. And
Yeah.
I got to hang out with Gordon Liu, Master Killer, all that. And, you know, it is what it is.
Well, Quentin is one of these massive talents. Like, he just has never really had a bad film. And the films that he does are so left field. And they still work.
Yeah.
Like, you look at Pulp Fiction, right? Which was a big hit when it came out. But then you look at like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood that just came out. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I did see it.
Great film.
Yeah, not my favorite.
Not your favorite?
No, it's not my favorite.
I liked it. Then you see like The Hateful Eight, which really goes left at a certain point.
Yeah.
Like, and then Django. You know, like, and you have these. I feel like these films that he has have these like iconic characters.
Yeah.
To this day, like whenever, like if you want to insult a black person, all you got to do is put up that like meme of like Samuel Jackson hugging up on Leonardo DiCaprio. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like I think like Nick Cannon and 50 Cent were beefing recently, and he like when 50 Cent was like standing up for Eminem, like Nick Cannon would put up the Django. The Django meme was like, oh, okay.
That's hilarious.
I see what you're doing
funny.
here.
That was funny as hell.
Yeah, man. That's too bad that you weren't in it. I think Kill Bill was a very good project, good film. Another one of his greats.